What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. It is the pagan holiday Valentine's Day today. And all I can say is that it's love every day in my world. Like, it really is just love every day in my world. And so this day, like many other pagan holidays, is just, it doesn't have an appeal to me anymore. So I wish people love every day. I caught this back and forth between the comedian Monique and her son. And she's gotten a lot of backlash because of these recent revelations concerning her relationship with her son. And she mentioned, I guess, in the Club Shay Shay interview that she had prayed to the universe to reconcile her relationship with her son. And this was a trigger for her eldest son, who felt as though she was being disingenuous and that, in fact, there was no desire for her to repair the relationship with him. Monique and her husband were not very happy about this response, and so they responded to him. And many are saying that their response was very, again, disingenuous, self-centered, and gaslighting. And I wanted to kind of take the whole situation as a whole before I made a comment, because I wanted to make sure that the message that I translate in relationship to this situation is one of understanding. Number one, when you are a person who is trying to live a life that is righteous, right? That means that you accept that you're not going to be in Satan's world, and that you're not going to covet it. You're not going to enjoy the riches of this world, because your priority is righteousness. Your priority is living a godly life, not a secular life, a godly life. And when you have individuals who pray to the universe, right? Number one, they're not specifically praying to the God of ancient Israel, Yahweh. They are praying to the universe. And a lot of times that is Satan and his demons. And yes, they do give blessings as well, because this is their world. Matter of fact, you're going to find that the quickest way to get rich is submitting to satanic idealism, worship, or practices in some kind of way, even if they're under the false pretense of God. So Monique has already done something to damage her relationship with her son even more, because she is praying to the universe. And the universe doesn't want to see relationships repaired. I mean, Satan is not really for humans being in togetherness. He likes us in contention, right? So what she did was gaslight her son, gaslight the public about this relationship with her son, when really, at the end of the day, her son revealed why the relationship is the way that it is. And that is because Monique prioritized being in Satan's world, being something in Satan's world, and not being the most divine thing that she could be, which is a mother, especially a mother to a man, a son. So, I feel bad for the son, obviously, because he is a victim of a mother who prioritized her own pursuits, secularism, in front of her children, in front of the gift that God gave her. And so this is her recourse. And, I pray that somewhere along the line, she gets herself together with the true Most High in the sky, and stop entreating the universe, and humble herself to be a mother. And at that point, it's being a guide. Kids want parents to guide them. They want to feel like somebody is giving them direction. Somebody cares about their development. And a lot of parents, we can get sucked up into secularism in this world and trying to compete or live some kind of standard in this world, that we do neglect that basic need of the children for guidance and direction and understanding how to function in a world and understanding how the world works. And those are lessons that parents should be giving their children throughout their rearing so that they grow up with a level of confidence and understanding of how to operate in a very complicated and, quite frankly, wicked world. So I pray for all of the parents and the children who have, rivalry and strife between them, because in these times, it is very important for families to be coming together, having a sense of loyalty to each other. But we see that in these days, it's not going to be like that. If you are a family of faith, keep your family close. Keep your family as close to God as you possibly can, because we live in an era where being family, the nuclear family, there's all kinds of ways to destroy the nuclear family. And that is through distracting the parents from their duty to be the first educators and influencers in their kids' lives with secularism, so that they're not there. They're not giving the guidance. The guidance is coming predominantly from individuals who may be screwed up themselves by their own parents. And so this is the world that we live in. This is the world that we live in, and these are the realities that we face as family heads and as individuals. This is not an easy world to navigate a family in. And the priority for everybody, family heads, should be, I want my family unit to be as close-knit as possible. And from Monique's position, I will say this, that a lot of times, as you're working and grinding and trying to do what you can for your kids, right? Sometimes you can't provide kids the things that they need or whatever, but, they can be ungrateful. They can feel some sense of high level of entitlement. But for her son, it seems like he needed her. He didn't need her money. He needed her. He needed her affection. And I have a son myself. He's 6 years old. And my son is constantly coming up, I love you, mommy. I love you. I love you. I need some hug. I need some loving. I need some nurturing, right? If you don't nurture your sons, you are giving the world some of the most toxic individuals to be in the world. Because from a very early age, whether it's man or woman, people need to be nurtured. People are chaotic these days because they're not nurtured. So when her husband talked about his mental illness, who caused the mental illness? Who was the root cause of his mental illness? And you need to look at your wife, who did not prioritize him. So I pray for everybody. This Monique situation does not make Monique look good, and I really don't respect mothers like that. Women are being conditioned through feminism to prioritize other things other than our children, and we see the recourse